Hello, my divinities. Welcome, welcome. So as we prepare our little space here, once again, I want to say thank you to those of you who have been subscribing to either the Patreon subscription or the Facebook subscription. You guys, both of them are my main source of income. So whichever one you're a part of, I am very grateful. I appreciate the support. But I'm also grateful to all of those who have been commenting, sharing, reacting, sending stars, the donations, making sure you follow my Facebook page or my YouTube channel. All of those things also, they add to the impact that I'm making, and so I'm appreciative for all of it. That being said, let's go ahead and, hold on, let me turn this candle off. Let's go ahead and get started. So let's see, for the Messenger Oracle, we start with Heed Your Dreams. What else? Change is unavoidable. And embrace the masculine. Which masculine are we hugging? Okay, it could be an energy. Let's see. Let's start with number 11, embrace the masculine. This could be a particular masculine. So this says, within ourselves, there are two aspects to our nature, the masculine and the feminine. Here in the present, you need to embrace the masculine aspect of your nature and let it guide your steps. Now is the time to be assertive, to act with authority, and stand up for both yourself and your truths. Fight for what you believe in. Do not allow others to tell you that you must not or cannot. But remember, whilst you allow your masculine self to be dominant, you need to temper your assertiveness and determination with gentleness and compassion. Okay, I thought I was talking about specific masculine, my bad. Embracing our own masculine energy. Okay, number 17, heed your dreams. This one says, your dreams are a powerful tool for increasing self-awareness, for they contain within them the unfiltered truth. Whether it be a dream or a nightmare, they are the keys to understanding your inner self, both your joys and your fears. Commune with Gaia and Great Spirit in the stillness of your slumber. Learn to read and interpret your dreams. Listen to what they tell you. Pay close attention to how they make you feel. Heed what they reveal and learn who you are and who you wish to be. Okay. And the number 6, change is unavoidable. Change is unavoidable. Every second of every day you undergo change. Your perception is altered by what you see, feel, and experience from one moment to the next. Your body ages and moves closer to death with every breath. Autumn will always come to end the bounty of summer, and the new hope of spring will always follow the winter. Change is all around you. Do not let your fear bind you to the past and prevent you from enjoying your present and future. Stop fighting. You cannot resist the inevitable, so choose instead to embrace it with acceptance and peace. You know what just came to me though? When it said change is all around you. Remember in that movie called Love Actually? That song of love is all around you. that came to mind. So I don't know if maybe some of you aren't aware that love is around you. But not just change, love is also around you. So let's see what this has to do with today's collective. Tell me about today's collective. Ooh. We start with the 6 of air. Tell me about today's collective. I remember this tarot is a little different, so I might take longer because I have to read some of the explanations. 2 of fire. Bear with me, okay? Ooh, the scribe. This is normally, this would be the number, the Knight of Swords, but the scribe is very different from the Knight of Swords. Ooh. Major Arcana number 14, self. Let's start with these because overall energy, wisdom. So this is very much about possibly the scribe learning to step into into the masculine side of wisdom, taking action though. Let's read the, I know what wisdom means, but let's see what else this card contains. Keywords: knowledge, understanding, awareness, self-knowledge, illumination, introspection, withdrawal, insight, common sense. You are here to become wise. Knowledge does not make you wise. Wisdom is learning from one's mistakes. Apply knowledge, logic, and common sense. Learn from more than just books. Seek out your elders. Time to break a cycle. Wisdom is understanding. Wisdom is loving the whole. Know and love your shadow. You have unlimited potential. The road ahead leads to many destinations. Okay, this is making more sense, because the scribe is an energy that is somebody who likes to record information. They are like a record keeper. So I think that this is a masculine that has done a lot of learning book-wise. They love reading. They love journaling. They love taking notes. And the universe is like, okay, but now you need to apply that. You have all this knowledge about what you're supposed to do. Now do it. Six of Air, because Six of Air in normal tarot, that's the Six of Swords. It would definitely indicate action. But let's see what else it says here. Six of Air: solutions, comparisons, compromise, open-mindedness, mindfulness, illumination, epiphany, personal power. That's 2 cards already that talk about illumination, so that's key. A time of research and investigation. Look at and compare a range of options. Weigh the pros and cons. Be willing to compromise. Don't let rigidity hamper possible success. A moment of epiphany. Step into your personal power. Do not discredit what others offer. Interesting. So, because it is air, it is talking about the mind, right? Trying to understand something, because somebody here is doing research and investigation, so they're trying to comprehend, and then it's like all of a sudden they have this epiphany, they have this moment of illumination, but they might have been a little rigid before. So with embrace the masculine, this could either be a feminine that's struggling to embrace that masculine side of herself, or it's a masculine who had been taught that maybe masculinity was toxic, or maybe they confused assertiveness with aggression. They confused confidence with arrogance, things like that. Let's look at the Two of Fire. Fire, where's the fire? Here we go. Two of Fire represents power sharing, mentorship, partnerships, equality, teamwork, mutual interest, ambition, control. Align yourself with another. A power sharing situation. 2 heads are better than 1. A time for teamwork and cooperation, a struggle for power. Seek one who will teach much needed skills, an equal exchange of energy, and someone who will help you overcome obstacles. This is so interesting because this could play out 2 different ways. Either one, this is a scribe who has all the knowledge that they need regarding masculine energy, and they're working on themselves. Maybe they're working on their own masculine energy, but there's someone else who could be helping them, because that one was talking about mentorship, right? So that's one way that could apply. The other way this could apply is this could be either a masculine or a feminine, whoever it is we're discussing, okay? They may be used to being the assertive one, or they may be used to being always the submissive one. Either way, Spirit is saying, you're about to meet somebody who's going to teach you about we're equals. You are neither needing to submit to me, and I don't want to dominate you. Okay, let's see. Clarify the 6 of Air. Give me one more for 6 of Air. Yeah, see? Okay. So we're going to be using these cards that have a lot of words on them, so I'm going to pick the ones that I think are appropriate. So we've got the card called blinders, okay? Tunnel vision, because and narrow focus, because we're talking about someone who is rigid, right? So somebody here had this like, this is the way things are. But then we've got crew. And this talks about working together as a unit, team, partnership, team efforts. So someone here is learning to compromise. They're learning that they can't always be the only assertive one, or they can't always be the one that lets everyone else make decisions. And then we've got pioneer. And the words that stood out to me here are the challenge, navigating uncharted territory, team again. Got your 6. So definitely either masculine or feminine, a person, I'll just say a person is learning to share power with someone else. So the overall energy also is tandem bicycle. Again, indicating partnership, alliance, unison, collaboration, harmony, cooperation, 2 of a kind. These are 2 people who are very similar, I think. And that's going to be where the issue comes from. So, okay. Let's say that this is 2 people who are people pleasers. They're going to struggle because they're both going to expect the other one to make all the decisions. They're both going to expect the other one to make all the, have all the hard conversations and things like that. And this is like, well, both of you need to share that responsibility, that burden. Or vice versa, this is 2 very dominant people coming together, and they're going to have to learn to share power because they're very similar. There's a lot of similarities here, and it's like, well, you're about to learn that this is about sharing that energy. Tell me about the 2 of fire. Clarify 2 of fire. Clarify 2 of fire. Oh, okay, we got 4 cards all together. Okay, so first we've got rings. So this is going to be a contract, an agreement. This could be lovers, a soulmate, a committed partner. So this is either going to be a business contract or a relationship. And then we've got book burning. And it represents control, suffocate, limiting freedom, constraint, mind games. I think that these 2 are going to face the challenge of both people maybe wanting to be in control. Both people, so I think this is leaning more towards 2 very dominant people coming together. And this is like, well, embrace the masculine in the sense that it's okay to be assertive without being aggressive, unless you need to be aggressive, defend yourself or something. It's okay to be confident without being arrogant. It's okay to express yourself without silencing someone else. There's balance here. Then we've got dice. And this is taking a risk, potential, and fate. Those stood out to me. So this is a very fated connection, but both people are I think the risk is equal for both. That's why it's also like, well, you can't really say I'm going to be in charge because the risk is bigger for me, because both people are risking a lot. And then we've got water carrier, which is of course another expression for Aquarius, which is the water bearer. Humanitarian, nobility, balance, communication, unselfish, care for others, and ethical. So it's basically about, maybe don't make it about power. Don't make it about who has dominion over the other. Just care for each other. Just be yourself, because look at the overall energy. Heart and home. This is most likely a relationship. And if it's not a relationship, it's a friendship that is going to feel very close to someone's heart. Because all these words really stand out. Happy home, security, love, kindness, family, belonging, bliss, contentment, comfort, established, fulfilled, legacy, boundaries, affection, peace, heart's desire, longevity. Either way, either way. Now, right beneath that, we do have person of fire, which of course would be Aries, Sagittarius, or Leo. Someone who's confident, visionary, catalyst, energetic, entrepreneur, sexy, outgoing, creative, ruthless, courageous, strong-willed. And if they're not somebody who has a lot of fire in their chart, then they could be somebody who's a teacher, an actress, an entrepreneur, an artist, PR, either way. We had one person who may be heavy air, the other person may be heavy fire, but they're going to clash a little bit because both people, I think, have very masculine energy. But they also work well together because they'll understand each other. And again, it comes down to you only have to be assertive if someone is overstepping their boundaries. You only have to show that, like, hey, that very confident energy whenever you need to protect yourself. So maybe don't be so defensive. Maybe don't take every single thing this person does as, oh, I need to defend myself. I need to protect myself, you know? Clarify. Oh, I don't think we read self. Let's look up, see if we missed anything with self. Number 14. I don't think so, but just in case. Keywords: I am, identity, self-realization, self-manifestation, center, peace, acceptance. Establish a unique and individual identity. Be free of definitions and labels. You have unlimited potential. How has your past shaped you? Identity is fluid and changing. Who you are is for you to determine. Are you trying to fit with the wrong crowd? Know who you are. Who do you wish to become? A path of loving expansion. Let go of herd mentality. And think for yourself. So whether we're talking to the masculine or the feminine, it's saying don't do things the way other people expect you to. So if this is, let's say, a feminine, and she's always been in control, and she's always talking to her friends about, oh yeah, he does what I say, and things like that. Don't do that just because you want to go show off that you're the one in control. Because that's, again, that's not coming from a place of caring for the other person. And if you're the masculine and you're the one that's like, oh yeah, I'm the one that always calls the shots, like I'm the one in control, this ain't going to be the one to do that with. This is very much about whoever is the appropriate person to lead at a certain moment should be the one to lead. Not because, oh, I'm the one that has the chesticles, I should always be leading, or I'm the one that's got the dick, I should always be. It's not about that. That's why it's saying identity is fluid, because sometimes we're going to be the feminine, sometimes we're going to be a masculine. And this has to really be a balanced connection. Tell me about self. Clarify self. See what I just say? One more for self. Oh my goodness. Remember when I said one person has heavy air, the other person has heavy fire? Look what just showed up. Person of air. I told you. The great mentalist. Eloquent, rational, upright, quick-witted, unemotional, controlling, sarcastic, cold, abrupt, critical, and calculated. This is a teacher, a lawyer, a surgeon, a journalist, or a chef. Could be, doesn't have to be one of those. But it's just that type of career would fit somebody like that. Then we have fine print. And this card says, be careful, pay attention, don't assume, and double check. Because I think communication is going to be very important for these two. When there are moments of, did you say that because of this or because of that? Like, don't jump to conclusions. Ask. Say, hey, so I have a question. When you did that just now, was it because you think I'm thinking this or because you think I'm going to do, like, yeah, you're going to have to speak up. Because I think both of you may be jumping to conclusions about each other if you don't communicate. And this card, bedroom. Wow. This is definitely a love affair because sexual fulfillment, I'm just going to read them all. Sexual fulfillment, intimacy, sensual pleasure, love affair, sleep, contentment, leisure, nap, sleep on it, alone time, oasis, retiring, dream time, astral travel, call it a day. So I think that one of the biggest things in this relationship is that although The tension is going to lead to a lot of sexual fulfillment. Let me put it that way. That's one thing I'm picking up on. The second thing is that although there may be tension, because both people are very similar, there's going to be a lot of intimacy, a lot of understanding once y'all communicate clearly. And also, make sure to buy yourself a lot of alone time, both of you. Make sure to say, hey, I need my space right now. And that's okay. That's not, make time for yourself, because I think that that's going to be very important to also not, how to put this, when you're always with another person, always, and you never get time to yourself, you may start to feel like you may get very defensive all the time because you feel like you need to protect your space. So I think making time to be alone is very important, to not always be in that I need to protect myself energy. And then the overall energy is coin toss. Because honestly, although fate came out again, so again indicating it's a fated connection, it could go either way. It's a 50-50 chance that this could work. It really depends on both of you communicating clearly. Clarify this. Oh, I know what the scribe represents, but I'm going to read it again just so you guys have an idea of where I got that from when I described the scribe. Let's see. Okay. So the scribe represents record keeper, information, knowledge, tradition, history, personal history, preservation, censorship. Look for an unbiased source. Be objective and seek multiple perspectives. Visit the library or archives. Value the written word by writing things down. Document your life journey. Make multiple copies of your digital files. A need to censor yourself. Guard your personal information. Okay, so this could work out a couple of different ways. I picked up on several things there. Actually, let me open it back up because it was several. I don't know if I'll remember all of it. The first thing that I caught with the keywords was the fact that one of you two, remember when I said there's some rigidity here? I think both of you may have some rigid points of view based on your own traditions, based on your own personal history. So you want to be careful with that, especially if you're coming together with someone that's from a different culture or from a different tax bracket. There's something here where both of you are very different, but you're also very similar. So don't let that become this like, well, where I come from, we don't do it like that. Because obviously the other person does not come from where you come from. So you're going to have to open up a little bit. There's that. And then look for an unbiased source, be objective, and seek multiple perspectives. Again, that comes down to when there's disagreements, because with these two, there clearly will be. Don't go to someone that you know is going to agree with you. Go, if you want to go to someone and ask for advice, look for an unbiased source. So for example, one of the things that I used to hate is whenever my spouse would go talk to, honestly, he would talk to my mother, my ex-spouse. That's one of the reasons he's an ex. Because him and my mother were very similar in a lot of ways. And he knew that I both respected my mother and that I would most likely listen to her if I wasn't listening to him or he thought I wasn't listening to him. And also because, he knew that that's how he could get me to do what he wanted me to do. And that would irritate the fuck out of me. Because I knew that it was coming from a really, like, why don't you talk to my dad? Because my dad and I are very similar. So, no, he would talk to one that was similar to him. So that's what I mean. Like, don't do that. Don't irritate your partner like that. If you know that you're going to go to somebody who always agrees with you, that's not an unbiased source. Go to somebody that maybe, okay, between partners, there tends to be a little bit more defensiveness because there's so much more weight. We put so much meaning behind what the other person is saying or their intentions or what they want to do, their motivations. When we can go to someone else who thinks maybe similar to your partner, but there's no tension there because we're not taking their words personally. We might be able to hear the same thing that your partner might have said, but in a more clear, unemotional way, if that makes sense. So that stood out to me also. Also, value the written word by writing things down and document your life journey. So for some of you, there's something about this relationship that will feel like a journey. Like it's an adventure. You might want to document it in some way. Either maybe one day you two are going to write a love story, or maybe you're going to grow to such a degree that the universe, like, you're not going to recognize yourself after you're done. I suggest you document this because you're going to want to remember where you started. So there's that. And also a need to censor yourself. So I think that this comes from, again, the perspective of just because you were taught a certain thing or you believe a certain thing doesn't mean that you have to force that down someone else's throat. That's not gonna work. Okay? Clarify the scribe. Let's see. Clarify the scribe. Interesting. Okay, so we've got constellation, and it represents associates, your network, socialize, and influence. Because remember I said choose an unbiased source. So you got to think about who your circle is. Are you going to people? So if you're telling your friends, for example, about you and your relationship, do you have friends that can actually be objective? And a lot of you are going to be like, oh yeah, but your friends never disagree with you. They never call you out. They never tell you, bitch, you're being selfish right now. If your friends can't do that, they're not objective. I believe that people interpret friendship differently, because I've always been the type that if I love you, I have to be honest with you. Even if you're going to get mad at me, I'm going to be like, no, I'm sorry, but you're in the wrong there. I can't help it. That's just, I feel like that's true love. So if your friends can't do that, that's not who you should be sharing this information with, okay? We've got kerosene also. Aggressive, ignite, accelerate, volatile situation, provoke, and unpredictable and combustible. Because again, same thing. If you go to the wrong people, all they're going to do is fan the flames. It's just going to get bigger. So okay, let's use examples. Let's say this is a feminine who's used to being in control, right? And all her friends think that that's funny. They think that that's the way things should be. So now that they're dealing with a masculine who is also used to being in control, they're definitely going to clash, but they're really attracted to each other. They really want to make this work. If she goes to her friends for advice, it's going to go really sideways. It's going to go wrong, because obviously they are going to encourage her to fight back. They're going to encourage her to do everything to take back control. So that's why you need to be careful who you're sharing this information with. Same thing for the masculine. If the masculine is used to always being the one in control, always being the one that has the last word, always being the one that calls the shots, etc., etc., and now he's got a feminine who is very assertive and doesn't let him walk over her and isn't really known for being submissive, if he goes and tells his buddies who think just the way he does, it's gonna turn into a shit show real quick. Last one, chess. Oh no. Strategy, tactics, moves and counter moves, power play, consequences of actions. Yeah, you're gonna have to be careful. Don't start making power moves. Don't start with the whole, well, let me show you who's the boss. If you start off with that mentality, you're already fucked. Because in love, that shouldn't be a thing. So for those of you who do the thing of like, well, you know what? I called them and they didn't answer. Now they're calling me. Now I'm not going to answer. You're starting your power play. Or if you say, well, I called them and it took them 30 minutes to call me back. Now that they're calling me back, I'm going to call them back in 30 minutes. That's petty. That's not communicating, because you don't know. Maybe they had a really important meeting. Maybe they had a life and death situation that they had to take care of. So don't start with that. And if you have friends who encourage that type of shit, you need to examine your circle. Okay. Next row. Next row. Let's see. Oh. We've got the Ace of Earth. We've got the Ace of Air. We've got the Four of Air. And we've got the Heaven and Earth card. Overall energy, Seven of Water. Okay. So first let's read the Seven of Water because I clearly forgot what that one means. I was looking at it, I was like, I really am trying to see if I remember anything. Nope, it went right out of my head. Seven of Water in this deck indicates knowing, trust, faith, surrender, control, release, peace, certainty, and passive. Surrender to the flow of life, relinquish the need to control. All happens as it is meant to. The future will bring what you need, not what you want. Control is an illusion. Your influence on the future is limited. Yield and be flexible. A gentle, passive approach. So this is very interesting because, again, it's embrace the masculine was the overall energy. But it's basically saying embrace the masculine in someone else too. If you already know that you have your masculine energy, you've got a backbone. You don't let people walk over you. Allow people to have that same backbone. Don't always have to be the one that has to have the last word. Don't always be the one that has to be educating and teaching other people. Other people can teach you too. You're going to have to in this connection, you're going to have to relinquish control. You're going to learn the art of surrender because yes, that is an art. Let's see the Ace of Earth. Okay, so the Ace of Earth represents new beginnings, goals, motivation, desire, preparations, opportunity, education, security, potential reward, potential consequences, practicality and pragmatism, starting anew. New financial or career opportunity, reward versus consequence, making preparations, planning for the future, material gain, a desire for security. It's interesting because this connection feels very new. It feels very new because it feels like it's barely coming into your life. For some of you, this is going to show up within 1 to 3 months, maybe even less. Depends, because we're all on different timelines, right? But it's coming in pretty soon. I'm not saying it's coming in 3 years. No, it's coming in within, at minimum, by the end of this year, if it's not here already. But this Ace of Earth is indicating that it might be both financial and emotional. And it could be that whoever's coming in to create this partnership with you may have more knowledge than you on other things. And you're going to have to be silent and listen to them. Because whoever's coming in, they're going to make preparations and plan for your future. There's somebody who's very practical, pragmatic, and education is here. So I remember when I said, you don't always have to be the one that teaches. Someone may teach you. This is someone who's going to teach you. You're going to have to be teachable. And to be teachable, it means you're going to have to be silent. You're going to have to acknowledge that you don't know everything. Clarify Ace of Earth. Okay. We've got, well, first card that came out, Birdcage. Possessive, controlled, dominion, hostage, confined, jealous, and trapped. So, This is the first time I've ever seen this message, but I've got to say what I'm getting. Whoever you're about to get involved with is very possessive. But for some reason, it's not toxic though. Not one of these cards indicates toxicity. It's almost like it's a part of their nature somehow. Listen, I don't know. This feels like a lesson. There's a lesson here for both of you regarding possessiveness, regarding surrendering control, which is really interesting because normally I would say, don't let somebody control you. And you already know that. So I don't know. I don't know. Next one, fish hook. Powerless, feeling helpless, vulnerable, temptation, bait, great catch, resourcefulness, abundance. Okay, so let's say that this is romantic and financial, because I feel like it is. For some of you, it could be one or the other, but whichever one it is. One of the reasons that you're supposed to surrender control is because I think that this person can come across very controlling, but it's, remember we're clarifying the Ace of Earth, it's because they're trying to educate you. So maybe, okay, let's say, just throw this out there. Let's say that this is somebody who's going to introduce you to very prestigious companies. And on the way there, they're like, no, go put this on and do this. And you're just like, excuse me? They might not have the time to tell you why what they're telling you is important, because maybe they're already late, you're late, but they're telling you something that's going to help you gain abundance. But you're going to be sitting there feeling a little powerless, feeling like, do I not have a say in what's going on? No, darling, you don't. Not right now. I know that this is surprising. You're not really going to understand this right now, but I promise you that I would not tell you this if it was detrimental for you. And then the last card is summer. What did it say down here? Within 3 to 6 months? What did it say again? Did I not just say within 3 months, within the end of this year, and 6 months? Did I not? Okay. I just want to clarify that. But it does say summer. So there's 3 timelines, I feel. For some of you, it's from now. Summer officially starts June 21st, I believe. Yeah. So Friday. Summer officially begins Friday. And it doesn't end until like mid-September, September 20th, September 21st, around there. So for some of you, it's going to happen during summer. For some of you, it's going to happen within 3 months, which would be around the time summer ends. And for others of you, it's going to happen in 6 months. So it really depends, because I think it's going to vary. We've got a large collective, so it's going to be different timelines. Now, overall energy, we've got spilled milk, regret, don't sweat the small stuff. It's over, mistakes, cannot be changed, disappointed, let it go, minor problems. So basically, it's only the minor things that this person is going to come across very controlling in. But it's like they might not know how to explain to you why they're asking for certain things. But this is the first time I've ever seen tarot that say, just let them. Trust me on this. Just let them. Surrender control. Okay. Because if not, you'll regret it. And you'll be crying over spilt milk. Let's look at the Ace of Air. Ace of Air. There we go. Okay, the Ace of Airs, new ideas, personal truths, paradigms, originality, individualization, motivation, choices, belief, a new personal ideology, unlearn, let go. Fact and genuine knowledge, honor personal truths, know your mind. Reality is first conceived in the mind. Be excited and motivated. Are old beliefs sabotaging future goals? I could have sworn I just said that, right? I literally said they're going to be teaching you things. Open up your mind. Allow them to teach you. Do not assume that you know better, because the universe is literally telling you, this person we're sending you, you shut up and listen. There's things that they're going to teach you. We're sending them to you so that they can teach you these things. Don't reject the gift, because this is a gift. These are two aces. And remember, it came up with the energy of prosperity and abundance and blessings, but you got to listen. You've got to let this other person take the lead. Clarify Ace of Air. One more. Okay, a lot of fiery energy just now. So the first card that came out was Gavel. And this talks about conviction, offer accepted, legal matters, court order, being judged, important decision, and assertion. So I think that I'm telling you that for some of you, this is going to be both romantic and financial. For others of you, this is going to be a contract, maybe a job, maybe freelancing, something like that. But whatever it is, it's fair. The universe is telling you, please, please let us remind you that we are always looking out for you. And whatever it is that's being offered, it's fair. Next card, family. So this one talks about loyalty, allegiance, faithful, fidelity, commitment, trust, support systems, tribe, dependable, sincere, and kindred spirits. So this person may be the type of person that's a little rough around the edges, but they actually have all your best interest at heart. So although it may come across like they just kind of took over, they're doing it for you. The reason that they're introducing these ideas to you, the reason that they're teaching you, the reason that they're, whatever it is that they're doing, that's why they're saying just surrender control, because this is someone who's here to help you. I'm telling you, this is a gift from divinity. It just might not feel like that immediately, but it is. Then we've got slingshot. Tension, strain, anxiety, pressure, stress, focus, force, change, pulled in opposite directions, ready, aim, fire. All of these cards were fiery. We had Sag, Leo, Aries energy, and then Aries energy again is the overall energy. So it's going to be difficult. Whoever I'm talking to, it might be difficult, especially if you're the one used to being in control, you're the one used to taking the lead. It's going to be some tension for you. But remember, the slingshot energy is that of being pulled back, and then when you release, you shoot off. So although what this person may be teaching you may go against what you yourself believe, it may clash with something that you personally prefer, just listen. Because this person is here to magnetize. For some of you, they're meant to magnetize you and help things come to you. And for others, they're meant to help you build so much energy that you shoot off. into the distance, but in a good way. Overall energy, we had Diamond, which is also Aries energy. Creative force, value, perfection, brilliance, commitment, esteem, multidimensional, multifaceted, unconquerable force, invincible spiritual power. Whoever's coming in, they are a heavyweight. You may not know it though. Spiritually, they're a heavyweight. Like, I know this might sound a little like fantasy-ish. They might embody a specific deity. And I know we all do, but it's more like, even among a hive, this is the head. Does that make sense? This is the leader. This is somebody who's here to help change your life. So be teachable. The best gift you can give yourself right now is being teachable, being in the flow, surrendering control. Let's read the Four of Air. Four of Air. The Four of Air represents structure, routine, order, patterns, discipline, organization, understanding, and productivity. Order your environment, banish clutter, clean house, create structure in your day, follow a routine, keep a time budget. If you truly want something, you will make time for it. Limit distraction and time wasters. Weed out bad habits, remove negative influences. So whoever's coming in, they might get you in tip-top shape when it comes to your routine. You may not like that. But I feel like the reason that they're being sent is because maybe you've ignored several signs that the universe gave you to structure your time. Maybe you ignored the ability to follow a specific schedule or routine. This is somebody who's going to teach you. They're going to teach you how to schedule your time. They're going to teach you how to structure your day so that you can be productive. Clarify Four of Air. Let's see. Clarify the Four of Air. Oof. Okay. So for the Four of Air, we got baggage, unresolved issues, pack rat, next phase, and long journey. Okay, if you're somebody who's a pack rat, there's going to be somebody who's going to come in and start separating what needs to go to the Goodwill and what needs to be thrown out. And you may not like it, and Spirit's like, listen to them. Stop it. Stop fighting it. This is for your own good. If you're somebody who, like, maybe you've got unresolved issues and they have you procrastinating, they have you, whatever it is that you're struggling with, this person's going to come in, they're going to get it. They're going to help you get it together, okay? You just may not like it. But think of this person as somebody that the universe sent. They're a little gift for you. Next card. Headache. Poor health. I'm going to read it all because honestly this all feels like it applies. Poor health, disease, illness, unpleasant, crisis, emergency, body signal, needing self-care, problem, root cause, annoying, disagreeable, something's off, pain, underlying conditions. This is going to apply differently to different people. So for some of you, it's going to be a headache because this is new for you. And it's going to feel like a lot of pressure. This person's going to have you like, oh my God, now I've got to follow structure. But it's good for you. For others of you, maybe your health is having issues because you've got all this stagnant energy in your home. And this is one of the reasons this person's being sent to you, to help you clear that shit. And for others of you, This could be somebody who's coming in because you have health issues, and this is their way of showing love. Maybe this is somebody who shows love through acts of service. And so if they start cleaning, if they don't start being uncomfortable, allow them to help you, especially if you're in a moment of crisis, okay? Next card, fishing pole. Self-reliance, extend oneself, autonomy, mentoring others, poetry in motion, exploration, providing, connect with nature, accomplishment, reflection, self-improvement, and capable. Again, oh, and it's followed by very likely at this time the situation or outcome is likely to occur. So there's a high probability you will actually come out of this very learned, because you were always capable of doing these things. You just didn't. And whoever's coming in to mentor you is going to get you in tip-top shape. Remember the diamond. You're being polished, bitch. You're being polished. But it's good for you. You're going to feel very accomplished. There's, I forget, I always forget, but there's, you know, the happy chemicals. One of the happy chemicals our brain releases is actually connected to finishing tasks, accomplishing things that we thought were difficult. So it's going to help not only your mood, but your mental health. And then the overall energy is labyrinth. Complex. It's complicated. Going inward, spiritual quest, problem to solve, a situation to sort out. So whatever it is that you thought was really complex, this person's going to help you sort it out. Whatever you thought, I don't know how to figure that out, I don't know how to, this is the person that's going to help you. But for them to help you, you've got to stop trying to be in control. You've got to surrender and let them lead. Okay? Okay? Now let's look at number 11, heaven and earth. Let's see, number 11 of earth. Okay, which in normal tarot, this would be the page, but again, this is like a huge difference. I mean, look at not only the name, but let's read what it says and you'll see how different it is. Keywords, heaven, earth, above, below, nature, humanity, magic, mundane, material, and immaterial. Separation is an illusion, center and align. Spiritual being in a physical body, spirit dwells in nature, experience life and learn from experience. Symbiotic relationships harm the planet and you harm humanity. The ordinary is magical and the magical is ordinary. This is somebody who's going to teach you the things that you find ordinary, the things that you find boring, that you find mundane and just unnecessary. They're going to teach you the magic that comes with those things. They're going to teach you just how much your mood, your life changes when you do the little things that you don't think are very important. And this could apply on multiple levels. Like for some of you, it could be cleaning your house. For others, it could be creating a schedule. For others, it could be meal prep. Like there's several things because, you know, it's a collective. So it's going to apply differently to different people. But this person's here to help you find the magic in the mundane. Tell me about heaven, earth. Tell me about heaven, earth. Interesting. So, we've got sapphire, mental force, spiritual insight, hope and faith, wise judgment, power and strength, kindness, life of the party, extroverted, motivate, precious, valued, holy, divine favor, and revered. I've seen several cards come across this reading where it's talking about motivation. The primary reason this person's coming into your life is to help motivate you. They're here to give you mental force, spiritual insight. They're here to restore your faith, give you hope, show you your own power, your own strength. But they're going to be kind. They're very extra. I feel like this is somebody who's got a lot of energy. and they've got divine favor. I'm telling you, this is a spiritual heavyweight. Do not reject this gift. Then you've got changing. At this time, the situation is in a state of flux. Anything could happen, because it really depends on you. The next card says broken heart. Heartbreak, interference, sorrow, grief, funk, sadness, mourning, distress, let down, gloomy, hopelessness, regret, crisis, unhappy, hurt, bitter, devastated, emotional pain. Again, remember when it was like several cards already are talking about 50-50? There's a 50-50 chance, and there's this and there's that, because it depends on how you react, whether this is going to go well for you or not. We've also seen several cards that talk about it's going to be a moment of crisis, but you'll either be in regret or you will grow. One of the two. Overall energy, well. Deeper meaning, community, hidden emotions, nourishing, social resources, true feelings, support, savings, perception, sustenance, looking deeper, provided for in consciousness. The way that this person moves, it's going to make you very uncomfortable, but it's a good thing. Those moments of uncomfortability are going to bring about change in your life. So instead of being reactive, start thinking about, okay, why is this making me uncomfortable? Because it says provided for. So although it's making you uncomfortable, this person's going to take care of you. Whether that be physically, financially, emotionally, whatever it is, they're going to take care of you. And I think that instead of getting really reactive and defensive, start asking yourself, why is it making me uncomfortable to be on the receiving end of somebody's care? Why? Start examining yourself, because that's how you'll surrender. That's how you'll get through the uncomfortability. That's how you'll be in flow. Okay? That's interesting. So that's what I got for you guys. I look forward to feedback on this one, as usual. And I will talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.